Coming up, we look at the Culver game, Graeters, and the Golden Bear Plaza.
Seniors, you must fill out the senior exit survey ASAP, or else you will not receive a final transcript. Translation: the college you think you are going to won't accept you without the final transcript. You can find the survey on Naviance or stop by the College Center.
Kaya and Define Sehung created a documentary about the creation of the polio vaccine.
They received the honor of their piece being declared as the best documentary in the state of Ohio last Saturday at the Ohio History Day competition at Ohio Wesleyan University.
This sophomore pair will go on to compete nationally June 9th through the 13th at the University of Maryland.
We seem to be seeing a lot of yellow tape and traffic cones wherever we go in Upper Arlington, and that seems like it won't be ending anytime soon with the construction of the Golden Bear Plaza. Griffin reports.
The Golden Bear Center off Riverside Drive, which was built in the 1960s, will be torn down and rebuilt this upcoming year. This center's tenants include the U.S. Post Office, Filia Restaurant, and Collins Coffee. This new development is expected to include about 37,000 square feet of each retail and office space, along with 81 residential units. The housing will be in 4 stories above a 2-story parking garage containing 433 spaces. City zoning is giving the project developer fits with height restrictions and investment costs. City zoning states the maximum height permitted at the site is 54 feet. This project would be 75 feet tall. The Golden Bear Center project would result in an investment of $45 to $65 million. The developer said if he's forced to significantly reduce the size of the building, it would reduce income taxes and property taxes the project would generate for the city and for Upper Arlington schools. To me, it just sounds like more traffic cones and yellow tape in UA. This has been Griffin Quinn reporting for the WARL.
Construction dates are still not set in stone for this project, but make sure to be careful driving on Riverside for the next few months.
IB business students, your IB exam part 2 will be taken at St. Andrew's Church on Monday and not in the main gym.
And now we pass it over to Sam and Garrett with sports.
Ahoy! Welcome to sports, hosted by me, Garrett, and Sam to my left.
Last weekend, the crew team brought home some hardware from the Dogwood Junior Championships in Tennessee.
The team brought home 1 gold, 4 silvers, and 3 bronze medals.
The team will be traveling to Indianapolis tomorrow morning for their last regatta before their chance to qualify for nationals.
The Lady Softball Bears got back to their winning ways last night when they beat Waterston 3-2. The Lady Bears are in action tonight at Tremont against Dublin Scioto at 5:15.
The lacrosse team is celebrating 17 seniors tonight at Wellington with senior ceremonies starting at 7 and the game at 7:30. CJ took a look at their season so far.
Recently, the boys lacrosse team faced the top-ranked team in the nation, Culver Prep, in the shoe. The Bears lost the game 15-6, but it will prepare them for a big senior night matchup tonight. I talked to senior attackman Cooper Ellis about the big game.
Hey guys, tonight we got a big senior night matchup against the number 2 ranked team in the Midwest from Michigan, Brother Ice. Game starts at 7 at Wellington, and we've got senior celebrations before at 6:30, so we'd love if everyone would come out and support the team. Go Bears.
Go support the Lax boys and volleyball Bears tonight, and baseball at 1 tomorrow at OSU Bill Davis Stadium versus Waddy.
Player of the week, it goes out to Ben Krim, who had 3 RBIs at the bottom of the 7th inning Tuesday, leading the Bears to a 5-4 comeback victory over rival Dublin Kaufman.
The baseball Bears are currently 11-0 in OCC Central play and can clinch at least a tie for the league with a win over Hilliard-Davidson at Tremont tonight. First pitch is at 5.
Now to Lilly, a follow-up on the latest with the Tremont Fields with Mr. Pusateri.
Hey Bears, I'm sitting here with Mr. Pusateri in the athletic office to talk about the new athletic facilities at Tremont. So is there anything we need to know about parking at the Tremont facilities?
Good question, Lily. We park at Tremont, park at the elementary school. We can't park in the senior citizens building there, or you can park on Ridgeview. But I think the best place is at Tremont, especially with foul balls and stuff.
So that brings me right into my next question, which is with the baseball field, the softball field, and the lacrosse field, that's all in the same vicinity. How can students and fans stay safe during these games for fly balls and such?
Very good question. It could be dangerous, but we had a varsity baseball game, varsity softball game, and a lacrosse game going on at the same time. We won all three. And baseballs, softballs, lacrosse balls are flying all over. Everybody just kind of helps each other. When one ball goes off, calling it out and looking for it. So you just have to be aware of it.
And then finally, what is the procedure for lightning?
These are good questions, really. The other day, the school bus from the other team said, we're just going to go in our bus if it's lightning or thunder. A lot of the parents were going to go to their car, but we have a key to Hastings, the elementary school. So we'll bring everybody in there to be safe. So Tom Evans will look to make sure if something's coming, and then we'll be ready to go. Good questions.
Perfect. Thank you, Mr. P. And now back to the couch with Piper and Aurora.
Yesterday, students took to the stage in this year's spring production, Little Theater, Little Shows, Hidden Narratives. This unique showcase features all student, written, driven, directed, and performed material.
There are 5 classic shows with a few musical performances and even some poetry to cap the night off. The event is donation-based, and the final show starts at 7:30 tonight.
Avengers Endgame is on track to become the highest-grossing film of all time, breaking the $2.8 billion worldwide box office record set by James Cameron's Avatar nearly a decade ago.
Endgame has already made history as one of only 5 movies to pass 2 billion grossed.
Jones Middle School 8th graders had an Avatar-like experience of their own this week as they utilized virtual reality goggles to prepare for their upcoming trip to Washington, D.C.
Students would give a presentation about various monuments while their classmates experienced it in real time. This learning experience was funded by the Upper Arlington Education Foundation.
Our fearless superintendent, Paul Imhoff, was named Grand Marshal for the Upper Arlington 4th of July Parade.
I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream. Mace took a look at the fresh new Graeters that you don't want to miss out.
Don't worry, Bears. A Graeter's being on Bethel isn't gone forever. Just down the street, there's a new and improved building that you gotta check out. The classic playground is no exception. If you're not feeling the cone slide that day, you can always go through the new drive-thru. This has been Macy Spielman reporting for WARL.
What's your favorite ice cream flavor? Vote on our Twitter poll at Live UA.
The inaugural COSI Science Festival has been running since Wednesday and concludes tomorrow with a big celebration along the Scioto Mile.
The festival aims to bring STEM education to Central Ohioans with events at over 100 locations in Franklin County.
Now back to Maine with John and Leah.
Juniors who requested the independent study for capstone must see Mr. Martin today.
Seniors, turn in a 2x3 senior photo with your name and the college you will be attending on the back. Take it to the College Center for the bulletin board outside the main office.
And now for some information from Mr. Chandler about our Scottish Exchange student program.
Okay, so my question was, why is doing the Scottish Exchange program better than traveling in a different way to Europe? And I think it's better because you're not only experiencing the culture and the history and just like the activities that they do there, but you're also experiencing it as a native would and finding out how school is, how just like living and just the general lifestyle is from a Scottish person.
Okay.
Email Mr. Chandler if you have any questions.
Now the moment you've all been waiting for, the Student Council election results. The results are in. The 2019-2020 Student Council co-presidents will be Alex Chris and Will Reynolds. For the class of 2020, the officers are President Brooke Yoakum, Vice President Brooke DeWalt, Secretary Riley Keene, and Treasurer Liam Favret. For the class of 2021, the officers are President Peter Mimna, Vice President Josh Shepard, Secretary Shay Keithler, and Treasurer Quinlan Sherrill. For the class of 2022, the officers are President Jackson Hargett, Vice President Eliza Wunderlich, Secretary Kendall Crotty, and Treasurer Nathan Varda.
Congratulations to all the new class officers. If you're interested in being a class representative for next school year, you must attend a meeting after school on Monday, May 6th in room 211.
It's AP IB exam time. You all know what that means. Tune in for our last show of the school year next week.